So for your project, you're going to be going to a site called desmos.com, and let me expand the window just so we can see. It looks like this. You'll see this Desmos in the left corner when you go to the site, and you'll see Graphing Calculator, and you want to click on Graphing Calculator. All right, now, you can't see the right-hand side, and I'm going to move the window for you to see that. But first, what we're going to do is in this first blank, we're going to put in the function that you came up with. So I'm going to put in x to the fifth, and I'm using the example function. You'll notice that as I type, a graph begins to appear on the right side. Now, to do an exponent, you need to use your caret button on your keyboard, and that will bring up the exponents here. So here is the one from the project example. Now you'll notice this looks like a bunch of lines. It's not a bunch of lines. And we have to expand our window so we can see the actual shape of this graph and not see just 4 lines. So I'm going to move my window over to the far right, and now you should be able to see that there are these, and I'm going to move this just a little bit because I had made a video before and these didn't show up, so you should be able to see them in the window. But there's this little wrench here, and if I click on the wrench, I can change my X or Y axis. Let's notice that we can't really see where there are minimums and maximums on this graph, and we really want to see that. So the big thing I want to expand is my y-axis. My x-axis, we can see these lines going through the x-axis. So let's expand the y-axis here. So I'm going to try negative 200 and positive 200, see how much of the graph is showing up. Now you'll notice in the background we're starting to get close to where those minimums and maximums are, but we can't quite see them. So I'm going to go out even further. I'll go to negative 500 and positive 500. And notice that I can now see some minimums down here, and it looks like I can probably, once I get rid of this opening display here, that I'll be able to see a maximum over there. But I can't quite see this maximum over here. So I'm going to change this to, let's make it 800. And notice it's almost on the screen, so I'll make it just a little bit more. And now I believe if I just click back on the map, I can see all of my mins and maxes. All right, now you'll be able to see, and by hovering on a point, I can see exactly what that maximum right there is. And same thing with this minimum down here. Of course, I can see where it crosses the x-axis, where it crosses the y-axis, all by hovering on points. All right, realize also, though, that if I wanted to know for certain if I was hovering in the right place here, I can take my derivative and see where my derivative is crossing the x-axis, and that should be at negative 3.9. All right, so that's how to use Desmos. If you have other questions, please let me know.